Hi, this is Ant from Speakerstack Music. In today's video we're going to continue with making a dance track using Ableton's arrangement view with the aim of completing a dance track in 100 minutes. I've made some small changes to the track since the last video. I've gone into the kick and just reduced the gain on this section of the frequency range on the kick because it was just coming through a little bit harsh. I've gone into the snare and enhanced the upper end of the frequency range just so that the snares were coming through in a little bit more in the mix. In the tom section I've halved the tom beat because it was just too much really. I just wanted that a little bit more restrained. In the hi-hats open section I've actually changed the hi-hats sound to hi-hat open pedal just to cut through a little bit more. And I've also gone into the sub bass and I've changed that to a sine wave and clicked on the sub button just so that comes through a little bit more in the mix. And finally on the bass synth I've detuned the sound. So just some changes I've made since the last video, having played through the track a couple of times. So in today's video we're going to drop in a pad synth into the song. So we need to insert a MIDI track and we're going to be using Ableton's Analogue synthesizer instrument. So you're going to go to Instruments and then Analogue. Let's just drop that in. And we're also going to be adding in some EQ. So I'm going to put that in now. And utility just to increase the volume level. So again, I'm going to drop that in now. And we're going to put some chorus on that. So I'm just going to drop that effect in. And finally, we're going to put some reverb on it. So I'm going to click on that and drop the reverb in. So we're going to go to the analog instrument. Make sure oscillator 1 is clicked. Make sure we have a sawtooth filter clicked. Make sure the frequency is at about 25% and the resonance is at about 25%. Make sure amp 1 is ticked. Make sure the decibel level is about -12. Make sure the overall volume is about -6. Click on the unison, which is a button that adds more voices to the mix. And we're going to detune that to about 17. And then click on glide and have that at 50%. We're going to go into the amp section, click on the line. And because we're creating a pad, we need a shape that's going to give us a bit more of a release in terms of the sound. So we're going to have click line and then make the sound into more of that shape that we have here. Turn off oscillator 2. Then we're going to go to EQ and slightly increase that around the 1000 hertz or 1 kilohertz part of the frequency range. Go to utility and increase the gain to about 5.5 decibels. Chorus, just have up in that top left hand corner. And then the reverb, we're going to turn that all the way up so that we're pushing this sound quite far back into the mix. And now we're ready to add some notes in. So we're going to go into the track. And again, I'm going to start the pad synth coming in around the 17th bar. Increase the length of what we're actually going to be playing with here. And we're going to have 2 lots of that. Length 32. And I'm going to put a couple of chords in around the 4th octave. So just going to start on that. And D sharp goes really nice with a C note. And then a G note as well. And what we're doing really is playing a chord of C minor there, using those 3 notes. And then we're going to move up to a second chord. He's going to start on D sharp. We're also going to have a D4 note in that chord. And then an A sharp. And I'm going to duplicate that just by hovering over it all and selecting it, right clicking, duplicate. There we go. And that's one of the clips in. I'm going to double that because I think, again, what we'd like is that happening from the 17th bar right up to bar 33s. And then I'm going to put the same in, and again we can use the copy and paste mechanism here, from bar 41 through to 65. Let's just put that in. And then again I'm going to have it coming in later in the song from bar 81 right through to the end of the song. So let's just duplicate that. Okay, I'm just going to play that back and see how that sounds. Fantastic. There you go. There is a pad synth that we've just added into a dance track using Ableton's analog synthesizer and adding in a few effects. So you're getting to see how you can actually use Ableton's synthesizers as instruments and not actually using the presets that have come with Ableton, but actually using them as instruments and creating your own sound within it. And you can actually play around with the parameters on the analog instrument, such as the frequency and the resonance, like we have with the bass synthesizer, to kind of get the sound you want. So feel free to play around with those parameters just to mix it up a bit, just to get that kind of sound that you want in the mix. There ends the video. Thank you for listening. If you found the content useful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and in the next video we're going to be adding in some more synthesizers into the dance track, again using some of the instruments that are provided as part of Ableton Live. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.